What's up, guys? Pepe here with the NSX again. Slow progress because I've been doing other stuff. I was away and my wife was sick and a month away, whatever. So very little progress. Trying to finish the seats too. I have a video coming about that soon. I need to wash the carpets and I do a bunch of stuff. So this weekend I will be doing some more work. I have the transmission of the lawnmower waiting for parts so that I can put it together. Last thing in the lawnmower. Anywho, so we're still here with the structural damage thing I showed you earlier. You know, the damage over there and so on. Sorry for the lighting. I'm going to add some lights up here. I have those, but they're covered by things and I need something there. So the reason why I actually didn't do any measurements on anything, is because I was waiting for this. That's brand new. That's not true. That's cut off from a front clip from an NSX, which is not damaged. Well, it has all the front rail plus the light parts area, or light bucket, I don't know, it's called, shock tower, and all the other stuff. So if you guys remember from the last video, my damage is right in this area here. So this piece right there is what is damaged. This piece here, this piece. It's almost like a square. It goes all the way down to about here, and about here, and then about here, because it doesn't go through these two holes. And this kind of bulgy part is still in shape. It wasn't deformed, so it was all basically hit right here. And obviously these pieces and that piece there, they're damaged too, but this one comes with it. And they cut it off all the way back to the car. So it's not like the original clip that you can buy, because the original clip will contain a piece of the seal going inside the cabin, plus part of the footwell and all that. It will have all those pieces, so it will be a little bit longer, maybe 2 feet longer, and that's where you basically weld it in. That's how the manual says to weld it in. But if you can have seen ATR Racing, and he has some pictures of a repair shop in Austria that does this, and they basically cut it right here. They take these out, I think. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they take these out and basically they cut it right here, and they go all the way up here, and they follow, I think, this line here, I think so, and they go and weld it all the way up there. That's how they do it. And they weld it all the way around too, of course, in the bottom and so on. So they cut it right here, which is actually interesting. It works out, I mean, well for them, and the cars are fine and so on. So, if at some point I needed to repair mine, replace this whole thing, basically I will use this. For now, what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to repair this area here by hammering, annealing and hammering the aluminum from the other side, because it has an access hole. It's not an access hole, they cut it off. Anyways, so I will explain a little bit in detail a little bit later. So what I have been doing is that I actually look inside of this piece. This is actually a pretty interesting piece of engineering. This is super light. I would say, I don't know, 40 pounds, maybe 20 kilograms. I mean, I can hold it and lift it a bunch of times. Yeah, 20 pounds. I say 40 pounds, maybe 20 kilograms. I don't know. I think it's too light for that. But one thing to note is that this piece, let me show you here, these are the original sheet metal pieces I have to replace the damaged sliding piece. So this piece is supposed to go here, you see, That's the piece that goes there. So this is from 91. I think this piece is for a later model with the updated headlights and the different headlights. So this will go there, you see. So that's the only difference, is that this part is not straight in here, which it doesn't matter to me. I don't care if this is like that. As soon as it's repaired correctly, I don't care. The piece actually has the same shape. It's just that this area here is literally, if you look at it very well, the holes light up there, and they basically cut this piece here and here, and they made that little section to fit the light, I guess. I don't know. I actually don't know why this is like that. There must be a reason. But somehow it is like that, and I don't care. So I'm going to use this piece. I'm going to use this piece for my car. So I'm basically what is the idea? Since I have this piece and that piece damage, plus that bottom plate, plus that plate damage, and this section here is damaged too, then what I was thinking was that if I hammer this out straight and it looks fine, and there's no cracking in the metal or anything, and then I weld the other side where I used to hit this back into shape, what I was thinking is that I'm going to grind the welds of these pieces, of all those pieces, plus this guy and this piece, and basically weld it on the car. And then that way, actually it's far more than that. Is these two plus that bottom one plus this guy plus this guy plus that guy too, all the way around. All that has to come, because these tabs are broken. This is, in my car, is all hammered out and it's in really bad shape. So, and this one is, you know, in perfect shape. It's not damaged at all. So that's what I think I'm going to do. And so what will happen with that? And people will say, well, you're crazy, why you don't replace the whole thing? Well, replacing the whole thing is actually a major infrastructure thing to do, because you had to cut this and weld it, and it's a quite complicated weld, and I will show you why. So you need to have a lot of skills to do that. I can weld these pieces, that's fine, this is easy. There's a few little welds done in different places and I could do that. That's not a big deal. But doing this whole thing here, it will require for me to take, I will take a course of aluminum welding before I even try this. But I can weld these pieces back and so on originally. I mean, look at the amount of weld they put, it's not that much. So yeah, so that's what I think I'm going to do. I will save the rest. I will save this guy. So if I ever had to replace this and plus part of the shock tower, I actually do have the front rail already, so I can actually replace it. And these pieces will be welded, and you know, basically you just unweld them again and weld them back again and so on. They shouldn't get damaged or anything. So one interesting thing about this whole thing, and people have commented, is like, oh no, you need to replace it because the structural damage material is not going to be the same and all that stuff. And sure, yeah, but the aluminum, you know, if I was concerned about that, sure, I will weld it, do all this complete change. But what do I gain if the car goes straight and it doesn't move? I mean, if I crash, I crash. And if I crash with this car behind any other car or against a tree, I'm going to be hurt. That's for sure. I mean, it's an aluminum car whatever was built really well or not, any other car around it is taller than this one. So this one is going to get totaled no matter what I do. So is it going to change? Like if someone is going to get killed because I repaired this piece? Well, this car was hit about 20 years ago. So, and it had been driven with the Bondo in it for 20 years. And, you know, again, if I never took the Bondo out, I would keep driving it and I would not think twice about driving it. So it's kind of like crossing the street. You know, how much is it dangerous? I don't know. It's one of those things. So I don't think that there is a big difference. For people I have talked to that know about this stuff, they're like, oh yeah, that's a small piece, whatever. And zero concerns. For people that doesn't know about this and doesn't do the research, of course it's super scary, and they get all concerned about security and all that, and they don't wear the seatbelt. I don't know. This is one of those things. So thank you for the concerns, but at the same time, I'm doing it because I want to do it this way. But anyhow, here I have all the pieces. Funny enough, of all this frame rail, the only flat piece is this, right where I have the damage. So I'm ultra lucky. This piece is literally completely straight. It's straight. So super easy if I even have to replace this piece, to just get a piece of 5000 aluminum, cut it, weld it, grind it, done. It's done. That's it. No more. So I was pretty happy to see that. I inspected through the holes in front. Pretty cool actually that is straight, because everything around here is not straight in the back, so it's much more complicated. So yeah, that could have been a little bit of an issue. So I'm pretty happy about that. And let me show you how intricate this thing is in the back, which is pretty crazy. I mean, there is some pictures over there, but let me show you here. Look at this thing. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I think that this is like some sort of body filler or something in between. Some very hard injected stuff. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but it's injected. It's like some polyurethane thing or whatever. But look at this thing down here. So this outside piece here, I think it's welded right here, and there is welds in here, welds here. Then there's that other piece of aluminum, this one, that goes here and goes up and is welded here. So it's like a bunch of welds to obviously build this piece. And this is, I can't remember what this is called, but this is how these two pieces, when they are not welded together, they assemble together. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I can't remember the name of this thing. Someone mentioned it, but I can't remember. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see how intricate this thing is. And if you look at the book, at the body shop book, you see how all this stuff are welded in stages, like the weld this and the weld that and so on. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. How it looks like. And my damage is, right here, which is the flat part, and here is where this starts. All this thing starts. So, like if this was bent here, it would be pretty hard to repair. I mean, I guess it would be almost impossible. But pretty cool stuff to see. It's a pretty cool piece. So there will be a lot of grinding and so on, but like I said before, I am not going to do this year. So I got the piece because it's hard to find. So I got it so that I can, repair it, but I'm not going to do it this year. I might do it 2 years down the road or whatever. I might paint the car even before I even touch this. I don't know. But for now, I'm doing the electrical. I'm going to get all the little parts that I need so that when I tackle this, I have everything, including practicing on aluminum welding in the meantime. And the other thing I noticed is that as you can see, this thing is actually not completely straight. It kind of curves a little bit. So it's not a really straight piece. And in my case, what they did is that they open up an access hole right about here, right about here. So they cut it, these two things, these two pieces, they cut it like this, and this is how they hammer the other side here. Maybe a little bit back here, I think, about right here. So that's what they did. They cut it a rectangular piece here, so that gives you access, because this part is, well, semi-flat. This gives you access to the other side, and that's how you can hammer this way to make it flat. But as I showed you before, pretty bad repair they did, obviously. So yeah, we are not the reason why they did it is because I guess it was bended even more so they hammered it a little bit, and that was it. They didn't try to make it straight. And obviously this piece down here in mine is all bent up, and this is separating to this side.